Hey there, I'm Sean and welcome to Quiz Time. How well do you recognize these items from the past? Part 2. Well, let's see what we know, what we remember. Let's stretch our brains and have a little fun while we're at it, shall we? All right. Do you know what this is? From the past. I think I still have one. Well, of course, that's a yo-yo. Okay, how many of you still have one of these? Do you know what this is? That is a pastry wheel from the past. I still have one of those. I do not, however, have those. Do you know what that is? Those are bloomers. Do you have some? Okay. What is that? That is a bread cutter. I have one. Doesn't look like that, though. All right. You know what that is? Do you have one? I doubt you use it, though. That's a washboard. Oh my. Do you remember what that is? Did you use one? Do you still have it? No, that's not an 8-track player. That is a reel-to-reel tape deck. All right. That's pretty. I know you have one of those. But is it that fancy? That's a rolling pin. Do you know what that is? That's a very old Viewmaster. Not the plastic one I grew up with. Now I'm feeling nostalgic. You know what that is. They're coming back, you know. A Victrola. That's a record player. Do you know what that is? That is a hand drill, or at least part of one. Do you know what that object is? Before they made them electric. That's a pepper mill. Okay. How about that? What is that? That's a trivet. Ooh. Do you recognize what that is? An oil lamp. Okay. You know what that is. Back in my radio days, I used one of those. That's a reel-to-reel tape recorder and player. Okay. Do you know what that is? Do you still use one? Can anybody still sew? That's a thimble. Oh, too easy. You know what that is, right? That is an abacus, the early calculator. How about that? Do you recognize that? That's an icebox. Okay. Have you used one of those? Do you recognize it? That's a planer for woodworking. Back when we powered things with elbow grease. How about that? Do you recognize that? And you're looking at a nitty noddy. What do you suppose that is? That's a spindle file. Well, now, that takes me back. Have you used one of those? Do you know what that is? That's a slide rule. Those just went out of use as I was growing up. How about that? Do you know what that is? They're still used, aren't they? A cummerbund with a tuxedo. They're still in fashion, aren't they? Okay, how about that? Do you know what that is? Well, what you're looking at is a spittoon. Okay. How about that? You know what that is? That is a plumb bob for seeing if something's straight. Building. Ah, yes. I know these things are still being made. You know what that is, right? You had one when you were a kid. That there is an Etch-a-Sketch. Ooh. Well, that's an oldie but a goodie. You know what that is, right? That is a pantograph. What is she wearing? What is that? My grandmother had those. That's a shawl. Or a babushka. I had one of those. You know what that is, right? That takes us back not too far. That is a Palm Pilot. Thanks to the modern cell phone, it has no use. Oh, how about that? You know what that is? Because I don't think I do. Okay, it's a nutcracker. Doesn't look like mine, but I can see it. All right, what is that? You are looking at a tinder box. Do you know what that is? That is a very long tobacco pipe. Well, they're still around. They're just much shorter than that. All right, what are you looking at? That's a meat grinder. Well, that one seems simple. What is that? That looks like, is that a player piano? All right. What is this? That is a stereo console from way back. All right, what are we looking at? Looks like it's made of copper. That's a brooch. Okay. You know what that is, right? Maybe? That's a lantern. Before the days of electric street lights. Okay. What are we looking at here? A Jacob's ladder. And what is this? An early egg beater, I suppose. An egg beater. And do you know what that is? That's a darning mushroom. Fixing socks? All right. What have we here? Let's see. It plays 45s. That's a gramophone. How about this? Do I see pedals for pushing air through? A harmonium. Interesting. Okay. How about this? An accordion, a very simple looking accordion. Like a Constantine, really. All right, what is this? That is a cream separator. Do you know what this is called? A waistcoat. Pretty. How about this? What is this? That's a gimlet. Now, do you know what those are? Pince-nez glasses. Do you recognize this? Interesting. That is a hurdy-gurdy. Do you know what that is? A wood planer. like earlier. Just different. Okay. Oh, okay. I see, right? Yes. You know what that is, right? A farming implement. That's a scythe. And how about that? What is that? That is a coal-heated flat iron, the way they used to do it. Oh my. Do you know what that is? That is a percolator-style coffee maker. And yes, I used to use one of those. Okay, how about those? They look antique, but not so old-timey. They still make those. I have a set. Those are dominoes. You probably have a set of them too. How about this? Do you know what that is? Those are dip pens or quill pens. Either way. Okay, what is this contraption? What does it do? That's a dictaphone. Well, what do you think? That is a crinoline or crinoline. Well, you know what that is? Similar to what we've seen before. Oh no, or not. That's a vinyl cutter. I guess that's how they made them. All right. What's that? That's a turn dasher. Okay. What are we looking at here? A cheese presser. Cheese needs to be pressed. Okay, what's that? I'll bet some of us old timers still have those in our toolboxes. A chalk line tool. I think we use lasers now. All right, what's that? And that is a chamber pot. Nah, I don't think any of you use those. What are we looking at here? What is that? And we are looking at a butter paddle. How about this? Do you know what that is? That is a candlestick phone. And if you still use one of those, put it in the comments below. I want to know. Oh, here we go. Do you recognize what that is? Did you play with one of these when you were a kid? That's a wooden train set. Okay. What is this? That's a wax cylinder. Are those grooves I see on the end? Interesting. Okay, what's this called? It's been a while since I've seen anyone wear one of these, but that's a bonnet. All right, what are we looking at here? That is a box of marbles. Okay. I can hear it just by looking at it. What's that? That's a music box. Oh, that's too easy. I was looking at those the other day. You know what that is, right? Yes, they're still played. Still made. That's a banjo. Don't you love banjos? All right. What have we here? What are we looking at? That is an ascot tie. And I have definitely not seen one of those on anybody in a while. All right. You know what that is, right? That's an anvil. Okay. What kind of chapeau is that? What kind of hat? That's a fedora. Do you know what that is? It does look antique-y, doesn't it? That is an old pocket knife. Do you know what that is? Those are sugar nips. You know, black sugar. What's that? That is a more modern version of something that is old-timey. Those are modern plastic slinkies. They used to be made out of metal. Okay, what's that? That is a garter belt, or at least a drawing of one. What are we looking at here? It's got a crank to it. We are looking at a mangle. A mangle. All right, what's that called? Do you recognize it? That's a petticoat. And these, what are these drawings of? Hat pins. Do you know what this is? This is definitely old-timey. That's a magic lantern. Okay. What's this? That's a pinwheel. Do you know what you're looking at here? I must be getting old because I've used about 3/4 of these things. Those are spats. I can't be that old. All right, what's this? What are we looking at here? And that is a wax sealing case. Okay. Still in use, but an older looking set. You know what that is? That is a ratchet screwdriver. Old timey. I have one of those, but not one of these. At least, not that kind. You know what you're looking at here? Recognize it? That's a buck saw. I definitely do not have one of those. Grandpa did, though. What's this? What's that called? And that is a salt cellar. All right. Do you recognize that musical instrument? That's a zither. I've not seen one of those played in a while. How about this? What are we looking at? Oh, a pie bird, the thing in the middle there. Okay, what's that called? Do you know what the name of that is? That's a penny farthing bicycle. All right. What object is this? That's a water dipper. All right. Do you know what that is? A dough bowl. Okay. Do you recognize that? What are we looking at here? A jack in the box. Okay, what is this stuff? What have we here? Suspenders. Okay. Do you know what that is? What that's used for? That's a jelly mold. Or jello? Okay. What are those? What is that used for? That's a candle snuffer. I just do that. All right. What's that? What kind of a hat is that? That's a derby hat. I'm ready now if another hat comes up. What are we looking at here? What's that? That's a ditto machine. I am old enough to have had those in school. Okay, What's this? We are looking at a butter dish. For when butter didn't come in sticks. Okay. What's that? We are looking at a fireplace poker. How about that? What are we looking at here? That's a magic 8 ball. The answers are on the other side of the ball. And this, how about this? What is that? Well, here we have an inkwell. An old-fashioned wooden one at that. How about this? What is this used for? And this is a zoetrope. And this, do you recognize this? Oh, that's a sextant. How about this? Remember these? That is a Western Union telegram. All right. Number 100. What is that? That's a chalkboard eraser. I think you can still find chalkboard some places, but not a lot. All right, amazing job. That was fun. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, share this video, and drop your score in the comments, please. This has been Quiz Time, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.